So here's my profile layer. There's the path. So I need to unlock that, select it. I need to highlight it here. I'm going to press my Option or Alt key, and then I'm going to click and drag this right on top of the word subtract. So now that path has been set inside the subtract layer. I can relock this one, I don't need it right now. And I've got the two path layers that I need here. So let's look at what we've got. So we've got the subtract layer, we've got the profile right here, and the yellow path here. So I'm going to switch those to put the profile underneath. She's colored it orange. Go ahead and do that if it makes it easier for you to be able to tell the difference. You're going to select both paths in the subtract layer. So I can select one path, I can select the other path, or I can select the whole subtract layer, which immediately selects both. You're going to go to Window, Pathfinder. So we're going to bring back that Pathfinder window. There it is. And we remember some of these tools here. We've got Unite, we've got minus front, intersect, and exclude. Right now we've got these two layers selected, and we're going to use the minus front option. Go ahead and click it, and there you go. So now you have just the face outlined here. We're going to lock that off and save it. So next we're going to do two new layers for the nose and the lips. Create a new layer, name it nose. I'm going to keep this on right now because I want to make a nostril that'll work along with it. I'm not going to fill it because that would block my view of the nostril. So I grab my tool here, I check, make sure my fill is off, my stroke is on. I'm going to start right here, do a little bit of a curve. You can see that they want to do a lot of curve, but I can come back and fix that. I'm going to come down here. I want this point to be a little sharp, I think, so I'm going to double click that. Now I can adjust it any way I like. I can add a point here. If you want an example, you can come here and look. Again, yours doesn't have to be exactly the same. I'm going to try double clicking here. And play with it until you get it the way you want it. If I feel like it's not in the place where I want it to be, I can come up and select the selection tool. This will allow you to move it around, rotate it if you want to, get it exactly where you want it to be. Come right back over to your curvature tool, and you can click and alter it any way you like. If you feel like it's too big, you can come back here to your selection tool and resize it. Go ahead and fill it now if you want to, so you can see what it really looks like. Remove the stroke. Click out of it, and you can see what you actually have here, knowing that you can always change it again later if you want to. I'm going to save that. and lock it up. Make another layer, name it lips. Come back for my curvature tool. Remember, I had changed this now so that I could see this filled. So I'm going to click the bendy arrow right here, swap it to where I have no fill, and I do have a stroke. I feel like this one's going to be in my way now, so I'm going to turn it off. Now I can just focus on the lips. I'm going to double click here. I want it to be round, so I'm going to keep it that way for now. Double click here, double click, single click, and I want that to be a little sharp for now, I think. I'll probably change it later, but for now I'm going to make that sharp. Play with the points. This one I know I'll be doing more adjusting on once it's filled, because then I'll have the face outline and the lip outline and I can make them work together. So I'm not going to get too picky about it right now. I'm going to lock it and save. Let's turn this on and see how it looks. It's looking pretty good. We're going to make a background layer. Now this is where you get to be a little bit creative. You can make her lipstick, her hair, the background, any color that you'd like. Right now we're just going to make the background layer. I think I'll probably choose my colors when everything is done so I can make them all coordinate, because you do want them to look nice together. So I'm going to come to the template layer here, just highlight it so that when I click a new layer, it's going to put it right above the template for the background. And I'm just going to make a rectangle. This is my artboard. Anything that I draw outside of it, you can see I'm drawing outside of it here, is bleeding. But when I save it later, I'm going to tell Illustrator to use the artboard, and that means that it's only going to save the stuff that's inside the artboard. So it's always safe to bleed a background or a part that you want to run off the edge. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than the artboard. For now, I'm just going to color it white, turn off the stroke. I'm going to lock it and I'm going to turn it off. I don't need it right now and it's kind of in my way, and I'm going to want to change the color later anyway. So now we get to choose what color we want for this hair and shirt area. That's our subtract layer. So let's turn off the lock, select it, this is the face area. So this subtract one is the face area. This is the profile area. I misspoke. So for the face, for now, I'm just going to go with white. I'm going to turn off the stroke. Lock it. And then the profile here is the hair. So I'm going to unlock that, activate it, and choose a color for the hair. You can choose any color you want. I'll go with the lavender right now just to kind of stick with the tutorial so it's easier to follow. And I'm going to turn off the stroke so I can see how it really looks. It's looking pretty good. If you want more detail, you can turn on your background. Mine was white, so I'll change it right now so we can see the face detail. Although that actually is pretty cool looking, isn't it? I'll just give it a dark purple for now. So we can see all of our outline here. It's looking pretty good. Save it. And we're ready to move on. So we're going to create a new layer and name it hair. And you can see here we're going to go with another box again. This one you can see it has a pinpoint here at the top of the bun. Then it loops. It's got another pinpoint right here at the crease of the bun. Then it loops again. It's got another pinpoint here, kind of a boxy shape here. We've got a point right in the middle of our spade stem there. We come down, we've got a sharp point, and a sharp point that runs off. If we want to zoom in and see where it's placed, it's right above the profile. So we're going to click our profile and create a new layer above it. And we're going to call it hair. Now we're going to make that sort of boxy shape around her. So let's grab our tool. We can see right now how we've got it set. That's not what we want. If we click on this above, we're going to go back to black and white. And I'm going to turn off that stroke. You can see here we got the ability to do that. I'm sorry, turn off the fill. We've got the ability to do that here, and our stroke is ready. So knowing I need a point here on the bun, another one here just above that crease, I'm going to start off over here. We can see that it goes well past the nose. So we know we need to be way over here. Here's my nose. I need to be way over here. I'm going to turn off my background layer there. I'm going to double click so I get a straight line. I'm going to come down. It looks like there's a point right here. Maybe right about where this part of the crease is. So I'm going to double click there. Pretty high here. Double click. My next point is going to be on top of the bun here. Double click. I've got a round spot with another edge here, so I know I'm going to single click here, come around. I want it to be right about where that crease is. I would say maybe that much, and then double click. We've got another round area right here that ends here in the ear. So I'm going to do a single click here, double click here. I'm going to come down. I've got a sharp point here that goes to the center of the spade here. Come down. We want to make sure we're below the chin. Double click, and close it. So let's take a look. We've got this narrow opening here. We don't have it here, so we're going to pull this point down, click on it, and drag it down. This looks like it's a little bit deeper, so I'm going to click on it, drag it in, so we got a deeper crease right here. Comparing all the points, that looks pretty good. Lock it for a second and save it. So we're going to intersect the profile and the hair layers. So here we've got our profile and our hair layers. We're going to unlock them both. Click to select, hit Shift, select. They're both selected. Come down to the Pathfinder and find the intersect tool. If you don't remember which one it is, you can run along here and it'll label them for you. Click your intersect. And there's the hair area. You can see it turned off this area here. And now this hair area is selected. Lock it off. Save it. And then we've got one more little curve here that shows the curve of the neck. Because when all of this is filled, you're going to lose all of the neck area. So we're going to do one more layer. Name it neck. grab the curvature tool, we have the settings that are right, and we're going to kind of follow the curve of her neck here. So I'm going to start here. I think I'll double click that because I know that's going to be a sharp point. Single click, double click, and then I'm going to come up and make it like a crescent shape. Single click and close it. I'm going to come in here a little bit. We want it to be more of a narrow, kind of lower hanging moon shape here. That looks pretty good. And we're going to save it.